Hey, my name is Aries, and I'm documenting my journey to get fit-ish. I have committed to utilizing the last 100 days of the year, and this is my 1 week update on how that's going. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go check it out and then come back to here. But essentially, I realized after hearing another YouTuber and somebody I immensely respect and just I wish I lived closer to so that I could be friends with, is Andrew Cole Smith. He realized that there was 107 days left in the year when he started talking about it. And it was like his second or third time mentioning it that it finally clicked in my head that there's only just over 100 days left in the year. And to some, that means like the year's already done. There's no point. We can't do anything with that. The holidays are going to get in the way, blah, blah, blah. But to me, I was like, no, I'm going to use this. I am going to dive in and finish this year out strong. So I have been fired up. I have been committed. I have been enjoying this. And it finally feels like this dark cloud that I have been very surrounded by for the last while is lifting. Now, to anybody who doesn't know me personally, maybe you didn't notice, but I think a lot of you who do know me or have been watching me for a while could probably tell that I just wasn't myself. I had been living in some pretty dark moments for a while, and it was affecting me mentally, physically, and it wasn't good. Now, am I saying I'm out of the clear? No. I think this is something I'll battle for the rest of my life, and that's okay. The point is, I keep battling, and right now, I feel like I'm winning. So that is huge. A big part of that, I think, is being able to take the time to focus on my food and on exercising daily. It's huge. So much of this past journey of having this channel for probably about a year and a half now has been telling myself I have to work out. I have to. I don't want to. I have to. Because I'm not happy with where I am, and therefore I have to punish myself. And maybe it's not always punishing myself. Maybe it is, or has been that I've I do enjoy working out, but I have to do it was the mindset. Because it was the only way that things were going to change. Whereas since coming up with this 100 days, my mindset trying to have a serious video, and of course I fumble it up. My mindset has changed to I want to. I want to do something daily. I want to treat my body better. I want to make good choices. I want to learn how to make better food choices. I want to respect myself as I am, but also work hard towards where I want to be. And that is an amazingly powerful, incredible feeling. And I am so excited that there's just been this shift. Is there going to be hard days? Of course. But as long as I can try and stay focused on the end goal, using these last part of the year as best as I can, and not because my goal is over at the end of the year. No, it just means I'm setting myself up to start the year strong and then continue on, right? Like so many people, and I'm not knocking it. I get it. It works for some people, and some people need the mentality, but a lot of people will just wait until January 1st. Because it's a new year, new me, New Year's resolutions, whatever it is, and they want to start off strong. But it's so much easier if you're already got a head start. So maybe come January 1st, I'll start something new and add it into what I'm already doing. But I'm going to have 3 months worth of whatever it is up until that point. So I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty great. So far this week, I have worked out every single day. And I think the least has been, I think it's all been a half an hour or more. But it's something. And that's important. That's all it means to me. I just want to make sure I'm doing something, keep this momentum going, and keep like riding this like drive. So I have been switching it up by doing weights one day. So like strength, either videos that I find or just picking up the weights and deciding what I want to do myself. But usually it's like a Carolyn Gervin video, or I just found this awesome new channel. Well, they're not new, but they're new to me, but an awesome channel called Juice and Toya. It's a couple and they do strength and a whole bunch of different things. The only things I've done from them so far are like dumbbell or kettlebell workouts. But it's a couple, so they do the exercises together and then they do different variations. So Juice, he will usually do like the harder version, and Toya will usually do like a modified or like, like a modified version. So if you need to go a little bit easier on yourself, you can follow what she's doing. Or there's some exercises that they just do the exact same thing because, I mean, they're both beautiful people. So I've really enjoyed their channel and I'm excited to like dive into them. Carolyn Gervin is maybe a bit advanced for where I am right now, but I do really enjoy her videos and I'm excited to get to a level where they're not going to kill me. So that's what I'm doing. Strength on, like I started off with a day of strength and then I do a day of cardio. And then I go back to a day of strength and then a day of cardio. And I'm switching it back up and forth so that I'm not just doing cardio and then trying to add in weights later. And I'm not just doing strength and then not giving myself time to recover. And from what I've read, I'm sure you've heard it before, the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. But if you want to lose fat, then you got to do cardio. So I'm just trying to like combine both, like get the fat off on the cardio days, but then also build the muscle up on the strength days so that like I'm like tag teaming it, kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's counterintuitive, counterproductive. But it's motivating for me and it's keeping things fresh and fun. And then it doesn't feel daunting that I have to, go and get on the rower yet again. Like I'm switching up what I do for my cardio days, whether it's walking on an incline at a certain speed, or whether it's, a spin class, a HIIT spin class, or rowing, or just going for a casual walk. Like I can switch that up to keep it fun and interesting. And then I'm also switching up my strength routines so that they're fun and interesting. I'm generally picking like full body strength workouts. So I haven't delved into like just doing an upper body day and just doing a lower body day. But for right now, I think a full body is a good way to go at it because then it's kind of a little bit of everything and I can slowly get into what's needed. Sorry, the neighbor just knocked on the door and needed to borrow a ratchet. So anyways, as I was saying, I'm trying to just do what I can to keep things interesting, fun, switching it up so that I'm not getting like super tired with anything. And then eventually I will focus in on like specific groups of muscles once I've built up enough strength and stamina and whatever to kind of do that. So as far as weight goes, I have just maintained. There's been like little fluctuations up and little fluctuations down. I've been weighing myself daily. And I know that like it can cause issues, but for right now, I'm not worried about those little fluctuations up, and I'm not worried about the fact that I haven't changed anything over the week because I've done a lot of reading on what happens when you start introducing weight routines and whatnot into your workouts. And a lot of people say that that is very normal to just maintain weight for a little while. And then after you've been doing it for 2-3 weeks, then you start to see a big change. So for right now, everything is going how it's supposed to. I'm super excited about it. I am committed and enjoying the process, and I look forward to what's to come in a month's time, in 2 months' time. This is about building habits, getting back to me, and learning how to enjoy life again. Raising that cloud of darkness and, moving forward in a positive way. So for food, I've also been making some tweaks and shifts. So I was focusing on low carb, not keto, but low carb. And it was helping me make better choices with fresh, ingredients, salads. I was doing a really delicious salmon salad for almost every single day because it's absolutely delicious and I love it, and I'll still continue eating it. But doing things like that, and then, making meals at night that were combinations of, protein and low carb veggies. But I found like I was restricting myself. I'd wake up and want a breakfast randomly because I don't normally eat breakfast, but every so often I do crave a good breakfast food. And sometimes I'll eat that for my first meal, which ends up being my lunch and whatever. But I'm craving like a whole wheat English muffin with avocado on it. And I don't see how that needs to be a bad thing. And it's been more about making choices that are good and sustainable and long lasting. So I've been watching this YouTube series, not a YouTube series, a Netflix series. Gwyneth Paltrow has a company called Goop, and she's done a couple Netflix series now. One is really interesting, Love, Sex, and Goop. And if you're at all interested in that kind of topics, go and watch it. Very interesting. The other one was just called the Goop Lab or something like that. And they delved into different topics that are maybe a bit cliche, maybe a bit taboo. And one of them was about the aging process and how so many women are worried about aging and whatnot. And so part of this testing was there's somebody that does blood testing and does biological age versus your chronological, the age that you actually are. And they test all these markers to see what your actual body's age is. And there was 3 of them that did it. They all got tested and it gave them their age. Then all 3 of the women had to do different diets or ways of eating. One was pescatarian, one was Mediterranean, and one was a 5-day fast with just enough food and nutrients to survive, basically. So it wasn't like a water fast. It was just enough to whatever. So that's what Gwyneth did. And then they all got tested to see which repertoire helped de-age you. And the Mediterranean diet was surprisingly really good. So it kind of sparked this okay, what is this? Let me look into this. Let's see. So I started doing some research and started looking into it, and it was very interesting and very this seems like exactly what I need. And then the queen of weight loss on YouTube herself, Beatrice Caruso, put out a video 3 days later about how she has been doing the Mediterranean diet for 2 weeks. And it was okay, universe, I'm listening. And it was that little push of yeah, you need to do this. So I've looked into it further. I've gotten myself some cookbooks and I've pulled some recipes. I've gone to a grocery shop, and basically there's nothing that's restricted. It's just given to you in portion sizes. And even that's up to your own determination. So they say, you know, have anywhere from half a plate of fruits and vegetables, then a quarter plate of whole grains and legumes and beans and stuff like that, and then a quarter plate of, you know, good healthy fatty fish, lean protein and whatnot. Periodically through the week, you know, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, you can have red meat or sweets and treats. But it's all about balance. And it's focusing mostly on fruits and vegetables. I love fruits, and doing low carb doesn't provide you to really enjoy those. And it gives you the options to do what you want in moderation. So it feels like I can be mostly vegetarian, like I tried to do a little while ago, but also enjoy things like a salmon salad that's actually encouraged and enjoyed. I already do all of my cooking with olive oil. Like I really enjoy couscous and quinoa, and it just, I don't need bread all the time, but like a slice of bread every so often with avocado is just, and there's just something that seems like, why haven't I just been doing this whole time? So I am really excited to dive into this style of eating. I don't even, like, they say diet, but I think they use the word diet as in like the term of like eating, like the food that you're eating, not like diet as in like trying to lose weight, because there's so many more benefits to the Mediterranean diet, like reduced heart disease, reduced cancer, reduced Alzheimer's, balancing hormones. Like there's so many good things about it that, like, yes. And having just come from Italy and seeing how their culture is and the way that they eat and what their physique is, it's just, it all just makes a lot of sense. So I'm really excited to get into that, because it is about making good choices, but not being restrictive by any means. So yeah, that's where my food is going these days, and I'm super excited about it. If you haven't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I have been sharing my daily workouts and a lot of the food that I've been eating, and it'd be great to, you know, connect with you over there, because then we can actually chat back and forth. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and help support me on the rest of this year and seeing how things go. You guys have all been absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see you on another one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.